Hello there, this is Todd Bubba Horwitz from Bubba's Bottom Line, coming to you from the floor of the CME Group in Chicago. And today what I want to really take a look at and talk about is how much longer are we going to reward mediocrity? How much longer are we going to have to be dependent on a Fed that is basically taking our money and throwing it into the garbage can? I think that is one of the biggest concerns here as we continue to see the Fed. Everybody's waiting to see what the Federal Reserve is going to do. Now, why are they so important as to what we're going to do, and why are they so involved in our monetary policy, allowing everybody to continue to create more cash when they're really not creating more cash? They're creating error and actually taking money away from the middle class. I think one of the things you're starting to see here is that the middle class continues to get pounded as the Federal Reserve and the central banks around the world try to turn this into a socialist economy versus a capitalist economy. And what I think what you're really starting to see is the overall problems that are going to continue to exist here is that markets are going to continue to drive on the free money, but you're seeing an overflow of greed drive into these stock markets here because they are getting the cheaper money through margin, through whatever. But overall, when you look at the overall picture, we have an overall mess. We have an economy that is still in a real recession from 2008 that we have never come out of that recession. People are making less money, they're working, if they're working at all. So overall, what you've got is you've got a manipulated Ponzi scheme Fed that is basically stealing money from the middle class. You've got central bankers that continue to try to manipulate their own economies to try to create currency, which doesn't work. So everything they've done has not worked. Everything they've done has created a bigger mess, which will lead to a much bigger collapse over time. Right for today, there's nothing that you can really say. I mean, you cannot predict when the market's going to collapse, but you can say with 100% certainty that it will, because when you have manipulation, when you continue to try to kick the can down the road, when you try to avoid the problem without facing it up, that will create a problem. That's really the way I see it. This is Todd Bubba Horwitz from Bubba's Bottom Line, coming from the floor of the CME Group in Chicago.